One introduction RAWSEP view: the United States government was on track in the Biden administration to reduce the prices for both clean energy heat pumps and clean energy electric cars. Trump tariffs are expected to upset those plans to prevent future air pollution and prevent climate change. The United States government should, instead of certifying wood stoves as safe when they are not safe, go forward with regulations that ban wood stove use and direct government money for use of forest refuse only. For home building and furniture building, for just a few examples of use of forest products for non-burning uses, it is well known from scientific and medical research that wood burning is a substantial source of PM 2.5 emissions, yet the wood burning industry uses the scientifically debunked theory named carbon neutrality of wood burning to argue that wood burning replacing coal burning in industry, and in a trickle-down argument that wood burning should continue for home heating should continue. Presumably because it is called renewable, wood may be renewable in the sense that a tree can be planted in the place of a cut-down burned tree, but it takes centuries or decades for the newly planted tree to attain the stature of the cut-down burned tree. During those centuries or decades, photosynthesis, which converts CO2 to oxygen and so sequesters some carbon, will not take place at the same rate as photosynthesis was performed previously, and wood burning emits both CO2 and PM 2.5, and PM 2.5 is not absorbed by trees, so PM 2.5 is not diminished by planting a tree in the place of a cut-down and burned tree. In fact, a living tree closes its pores against the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning, just as humans hold their breath in the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning. And when a tree closes its pores, the level of photosynthesis that absorbs CO2 pollution goes down. Wood burning emits 90% PM 2.5 particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lungs, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Contrary to many beliefs, wood burning emits 2.8 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel coal burning, and wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. Replacing coal burning with wood burning creates more air pollution in the form of CO2 and PM 2.5 than coal burning. This emission data comes from testing the cleanest burning wood stove in the United Kingdom, the Eco-Design Wood Stove, and International Convention does not count the emissions from wood burning. The emissions from wood burning are erased from all countries around the world when calculating if each country has met its climate goals. This non-counting or erasure of wood burning emissions data from climate goals does not mean wood burning emissions do not exist. RAWSEP view: purple air PM 2.5 monitors hanging from the eaves of the house of a near neighbor should be used to measure the level of PM 2.5 in the air hyperlocally in the yards of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners. If PM 2.5 levels exceed World Health Organization standards of 5 micrograms per cubic meter annually, then that evidence of air pollution from wood burning should lead to the shutdown of that indoor residential wood burning appliance, one appliance at a time if necessary.
Hi, my name is Lily. Andrew gave you the intro to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates and their concern for air pollution from indoor residential wood burning. Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, or RAWSEP, would like every near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner whose wood smoke enters their yards and sickens the near neighbors to have a purple air PM 2.5 monitor hanging from the eaves of their home to measure the level of PM 2.5 entering their yards. That measurement of air pollution should be used as evidence of unnecessary air pollution, and each indoor residential wood burner should be shut down based on that evidence, one indoor residential wood burner at a time if necessary. The presentation by Andrew ended at 2 minutes 5 seconds. The same presentation by Emma starts at 2 minutes 3 seconds before the end of this podcast. So I am Lily, your timekeeper, and you can start the next podcast at 2 minutes 5 seconds in if you would not like to see the presentation by Andrew a second time. This presentation by me, Lily, ends at 5 minutes in. What you will see in the main content of this RAWSEP podcast will be news about air pollution from indoor residential wood burning, and how that air pollution is being combated by ordinary people just like you who are unfortunately near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners at this time. There will also be news about unnecessary and highly polluting use of wood as fuel in industrial wood burners and preventable air pollution from wood burning wildfires. There will also be news about air pollution from PM 2.5 from gas-powered cars. There will also be news about airborne diseases which are also preventable with vaccines such as COVID-19 and measles and whooping cough, to name just a few. In 2025, Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates is also concerned with combating the Trump destruction of government funding for programs which protect human health through the Department of Health and Human Services, and Trump destruction of programs which fund the science and medical research plan to protect human health from preventable illnesses. Protecting human health is a patriotic act, and our defense against enemies is weakened if we are not as healthy as we can be. Heat pump rebates are now offered by the federal government, distributed through the eligible United States, are available in 2025, and are the best, cleanest, and now cheapest alternative to indoor residential wood burning if that burning is actually done to purportedly save money. Wind and solar as sources of the electricity that powers heat pumps and electric cars is also cheaper than burning wood. The adverse health effects that are caused by indoor residential wood burning also come at a cost to near neighbors, both in shortening and ending their lives, and in actual hospital, clinic, and funeral costs. Instead of being compensated monetarily, near neighbors should instead be able to achieve immediate relief by stopping indoor residential wood burning in their hyper-localized neighborhoods, which relief readings from purple air PM 2.5 monitors used as evidence of air pollution will help them achieve. Welcome to news about hopeful scientific and medical achievements that will also help us achieve the goal of clean air to breathe.
Webisode 57DHXYQ October 22, 2025 Worldwide Heat Pumps Work When It Gets Really Cold. In Webisode 57DHXYQ, 1. Do heat pumps work when it gets really cold? 2. This solar farm in Alaska provides something extra: free food. 3. Google Alerts main content. 1. Do heat pumps work when it gets really cold? A common refrain is that they are only effective in mild climates. We put that idea to the test. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against with smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization, the New York Times October 15, 2025. When it is colder than the tuxedo of a penguin, even very frigid air and earth have some warm energy. But heat pumps work more efficiently if the gap between the temperature outside and the temperature you want inside is not too wide. It is fairly easy to take air from outside that is 40 degrees Fahrenheit and use it to raise the inside temperature to 70 Fahrenheit. It is harder to pull that kind of heat from subzero air, so the colder the air outside, the less efficient the heat pump becomes. But less efficient does not mean ineffective. Far from it. In fact, it is a question of perspective, said an engineer and heat pump expert at the Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems in Freiburg in Breisgau, Germany. It does not mean that the efficiency is very bad. It is still enough to keep you cozy. When scientists pored over more than 2,700 data points from 550 heat pumps in houses in Britain, Canada, China, Germany, Switzerland, and the United States, they found that heat pumps were producing an average of 2.74 heat units for every energy unit they were using, even at temperatures as low as 14 to 41 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 10 Celsius to 5 Celsius. In similar tests from Finland, Minnesota, and Alaska, where temperatures dropped from 22 degrees Fahrenheit to 14 Fahrenheit during winter, heat pumps still produced between 1.5 and 2 heat units for every energy unit. Even when it is really cold, heat pumps have at least double the efficiency of the fossil fuel heating system, said a professor of energy and climate policy at Oxford University. Of course, it depends on the exact type of heat pump, furnace, and home, and other factors. If an everyday heat pump does not seem up to the task, there are special models made specifically for extremely cold climates. Starting in 2021, the U.S. Department of Energy DOE ran a competition to stress test cold weather heat pumps in households, and 2 years of data suggested that the heat pumps work perfectly fine. Air source heat pumps designed for cold climate work down to minus 15 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, said a senior research engineer at the DOE National Renewable Energy Laboratory. Cold climate heat pumps use specialized fluids to boost heat, the doctor noted, and are particularly designed for that climate. They hit an average of 1.9 efficiency at 0 to 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and people in the Department of Energy survey were mostly satisfied with their comfort. Only in places where temperatures were consistently below 0 Fahrenheit or about minus 18 Celsius did people sometimes turn on some form of complementary heating. While it is possible for very poorly insulated homes in cold climates to be heated solely with cold climate air source heat pumps, it may be more cost-effective in these specific cases to supplement with other forms of heating. Spine-chilling stories, tales about heat pumps not working in the cold probably come from the early days of the technology, when it was still developing and when installers were still learning how to set them up properly. There might be some bad faith actors spreading these stories too. Heat pumps have actually been getting more efficient each year, but for now the level of heat pump quality is high enough for the vast majority of homes, and the expense of building and further improvements might not justify the gains. We will not see the very big jumps in efficiency in the future, because it is not really necessary. The best proof that heat pumps are working even if it is cold outside is the sheer number of cold countries widely adopting the technology. In Europe, Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Estonia have the highest share of heat pumps per household, according to the European Heat Pump Association and Industry Group. 2. This solar farm in Alaska provides something extra: free food. Produce and power are both costly in the state, so researchers are testing ways to address both issues using the same land. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against with smoke emission particulates of 501c3 nonprofit organization, the New York Times October 21, 2025. In Alaska, land is easy to come by, but energy and food are not so. When the largest solar farm in the state, which can power 1,400 homes, was built 2 years ago, researchers wanted to test whether food could be grown between the arrays. The rows of panels on the 45-acre site are set 50 feet apart, much wider than at lower latitudes, and they collect solar power on both front and back in order to capture the maximum amount of summer sunlight as the sun dances across the horizon all day and all night. This test case in Houston, Alaska, for combining food farms and solar farms, a practice called agrivoltaics, was designed as a model for other communities seeking energy and food security. Europe, which has ambitious climate goals and limited land, has been exploring high-latitude agrivoltaics in recent decades, but this is the first American project on an industrial-scale solar array. The purpose is to study how food and energy can be produced together in a place where food and energy cost a lot of money, said assistant professor at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, who led the research. Independent sufficiency is really important in Alaska. The experiment, funded by a $1.3 million grant from the Energy Department, was planned as a 3-year project. The researchers received funds for 1 year of planning and 1 year of planting, but have not had a response from the federal government regarding money for next year's similar federal research projects at state universities in Ohio, New Jersey, and Arizona have been paused. The Energy Department did not respond to a request for comment. Even with only 1 season of data, the scientists were enthusiastic about what they could see in the rows of vegetables at harvest time. Energy and agriculture have always been intertwined in Alaska. The Matanuska Electric Association, a cooperative that powers all the homes and businesses in the valley, was founded in the early 1940s by farmers, in part because dairy farmers needed to keep their milk cold. The Electric Association wants to diversify its energy portfolio and add more clean energy, said the Matanuska chief strategy officer. Right now, renewables, mostly hydropower, generate about 15% of the energy. Solar, most of which comes from the Houston site, only accounts for 1.3%, but Alaska is facing the prospect of an energy crisis because the local natural gas deposits that power much of the region will be depleted in a few years. That means Alaskans would have to pay for imported gas or go without power. Despite this, new renewable energy projects have stalled in the state plans to expand the Houston site to generate 30 megawatts from its current capacity of 8.5 megawatts, and to build a new larger solar farm on the Kenai Peninsula have been effectively canceled by the investor Clean Capital of New York. The Clean Capital chief executive said, "We want power purchasers to pay more, they want to pay less the cost to build these projects is high in darker months. Alaska does not produce much solar energy, but in early April, when the snow is still deep and the sun returns, solar production jumps as sunlight reflecting on the white snow hits the backside of the panels. The bi-facing solar panels are key in Alaska," said a research project manager at the Alaska Center for Energy and Power at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. 30% of the energy produced in some seasons can come from the back panel. Experts say that solar technology is still rapidly advancing as engineers identify new ways to maximize energy generation from the sun, and agrivoltaics is a young science. The National Farmers Union annual meeting had packed agrivoltaic sessions for 2 years in a row, including this March, said the executive director of Solar and Storage Industries Institute, a nonprofit group that works to expand solar energy. "But we are seeing a focus that shifts from the federal government leading the way to states leading the way." Google alerts. United States clever homeowner reveals how they got their power company to send them a negative $700 bill to cool down. Pairing solar panels with other electric appliances, such as efficient heat pumps, is a great method to lower utility costs even further if this idea. United States heat pump assisted waste heat recovery for thermal management and hydrogen-enabled ScienceDirect.com investigated a hybrid energy heat pump for recovering waste heat from a PM fuel cell for both heating and cooling in cooling mode. The United States home expert reveals a tip to get over $800 in rebates for a brand new stove to cool down. The process of claiming your tax rebate varies by state, but keep hold. A cleaner, more affordable future might be just one heat pump away. United States homeowner questions highly touted HVAC technology after considering upgrade the cool down heat pump installations up to $8,000 through the federal rebate program. However, that rebate program will end before 2031 if funding runs out. United States, is your home in dire need of upgrades? The government is still giving away up to the cool down. Homeowners can also get here rebates of up to $1,750 on a heat pump installations up to $8,000 through the federal rebate program. News break: the home electrification and appliances rebate program, or here was. United States machine learning based multi-scale quantification of long-term emission contributions to ScienceDirect.com. Meteorology and anthropogenic emissions jointly drive urban fine particulate matter PM 2.5, yet their long-term national scale contributions remain. United States Molecular Atlas of PM 2.5 chemical constituents on cardiac conduction, a multi-omics ACS publications. American Chemical Society ambient fine particulate matter PM 2.5 exposure is well documented for cardiovascular risks, however limited evidence regarding the underlying. United States National Energy Awareness Month energy saving tips for homeowners. The world today, tomorrow, from sealing air leaks and installing smart thermostats to embracing high-efficiency heat pumps and participating in rebate programs families have. United States new report upgrading low-income households with heat pumps provides $800 million in annual energy savings, health, and climate benefits. Sierra Club. United States next-gen HVACs expected to outsell gas furnaces despite disappearing incentives. The cool-down heat pumps have been outselling gas furnaces since 2021, and that momentum is not slowing down. United States OBBBA and the next chapter of heat pump commercialization. National Association of Home Builders NAB for multifamily retrofits and public housing. The Medea packaged window heat pump PWHP offers an even faster option, often installing in under an hour. United States revealing the sources of water-soluble PM 2.5 oxidative potential with explainable machine learning. ScienceDirect.com abstract: a critical methodological gap persists in quantifying the individual contributions of organic compounds and transition metals to PM 2.5. RAWSEP view threat to the right to create secondhand smoke. The corner for idiots or the corner for grift. United States. From the article headline: War on your wood burner amid new calls to ban them. MSN families face the threat of a crackdown on wood burning stoves after doctors claimed emissions from wealthier households are polluting deprived. United States. Why all your neighbors are talking about heat pumps currently. From AT&T. Yahoo. One of the advantages of heat pumps is that their installation process closely mirrors that of traditional HVAC systems, says Woodruff Duct Heat. Delaware. Newark last chance up to $2,000 in federal tax credits for heat pumps. Delaware Live News. Newark, Delaware homeowners in Delaware and Maryland aiming to upgrade their heating and cooling systems should act fast. The federal tax credit of Town Square, Delaware. Local incentives. Delaware gets support from Energize Delaware. Heat pump rebates range from about $1,000 to $2,500 depending on system tier. Maryland advances clean heat pump initiative for safer homes. Martha Westmore, governor of Maryland. Clean heat initiative aims to phase out gas heating systems, improve safety and air quality. Massachusetts. Boston is piloting window heat pumps in affordable housing. Canary Media housing authorities in Boston and 2 nearby cities are installing plug-in heat pumps from startup Gradient to try to swiftly and affordably cut. New York. Do heat pumps work when it gets really cold? The New York Times. The New York Times full coverage. Rhode Island. East Greenwich fire pits. Round 3. East Greenwich News. East Greenwich News. A revised open burning ordinance was before the town council Monday night. October. EPA smoke from residential wood burning. The council. Texas. Austin updated 2025 Austin, Texas water heater replacement costs, permits, and incentives. Financial content rebates for heat pump and tankless water heaters can make them financially competitive over their lifespan. Understanding these options. And Washington. Lacey Puget Sound Energy partners with Lacey for matching rebate program. The Jolt News. October 17, 2025 pairs the Puget Sound Energy $4,000 fuel switching heat pump rebate heating systems with electric heat pump units courtesy of Puget. RAWSEP view corner for idiots or corner for grift. Burning dry wood is not the answer to air polluting wood burning emissions. Wisconsin. Dane County, Madison. From the article headline: Under the Harvest Smoke. Outdoor Outdoor burning and the impact on our air. Public Health Madison and Dane County only burn clean dry would choose nights when air quality is good and winds are calm, have a fire extinguisher, water hose, or other type of fire. New Zealand wood burning and gas cooking hugely costly to healthcare systems. New Zealand study finds The Guardian October 17, 2025 news. I asked CA indoor air pollution from the New Zealand 523,000 wood burners was estimated to account for 446 hospital admissions for heart and lung problems in 101. RAWSEP view the corner of idiots or the corner for grift. The fossil fuel industry claims their products are cheaper than clean renewables like wind and solar. Fossil fuels are not cheaper in 2025. United Kingdom. From the article headline, heat pumps faced their toughest test. Yet Yahoo Finance. For years I have followed the rise of heat pumps as one of the central technologies for decarbonizing heating. The numbers have been impressive. Oilprice.com. After years of rapid growth, global heat pump sales are falling. Lower gas prices, reduced subsidies, and installation bottlenecks are leading to United Kingdom. London OVO and Haven Wise launch heat pump trial to make home heating smarter and more affordable. OVO group pumps to pay just £15 per kilowatt-hour electricity used by their heat pump, helping make clean heating more affordable. Henri Castellina, founder. United Kingdom. Warrington. Think before you burn. Warrington.gov.uk. Warrington Borough Council. Warrington Borough Council is urging residents to consider the serious health, environmental, and financial impacts of using wood-burning stoves. United Kingdom. Wood-burning stoves may damage lungs akin to cigarettes. Study warns Joe. Wood-burning stoves linked to lung damage. Study finds Europe best storage building energy-efficient system through short and long-spectrum thermal. European Heat Pump Association. Full coverage. European Union. FEV1 decreases faster among older adults who use solid fuel. Paleo. People who use wood-burning stoves at home experience faster declines in FEV1 compared with people who did not, according to data presented at Spain. Corrigendum to a two-stage algorithm to estimate ground level PM 2.5 concentration levels. ScienceDirect.com. Corrigendum to a two-stage algorithm to estimate ground level PM 2.5 concentration levels in Madrid, Spain, from AOD satellite data and surface. China constructing the 3D spatial distribution of PM 2.5 concentrations during the 2022 Beijing. ScienceDirect.com. Development of optimized deep learning models tailored for spatiotemporal inversion of PM 2.5. Novel quantitative analysis of three-dimensional PM